How's it going, everybody? I'm Levi with JLG Reptiles, and today I'm going to be showing you a very simple yet very effective setup for ball pythons. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and if you're already subscribed, then welcome back. So if you're new to the hobby, then you probably haven't seen a rack system before. And that's what I have here. This is the ARS 7030. It's just the bottom two levels. And I'm sure some of you are sitting there looking at this thinking, my God, it's a ball python prison. But it is far from that. These rack systems are excellent for keeping ball pythons. This is what every breeder uses. It's just unrealistic to have that many aquariums if you're going to be breeding ball pythons. You know, I mean, eventually this is going to be 10 levels high, hold 30 ball pythons, and then after that we'll just keep branching out and getting more and more rack systems. But could you imagine 30 aquariums? It's unrealistic for sure. They would never fit in this room. You would never really be able to get any large number of snakes. It would just be impossible unless you lived in some big mansion and just had 3 or 4 rooms just dedicated to aquariums. So the rack system is for sure the way to go. It keeps the snakes in darkness, which is where they're most comfortable. A ball python in the wild, if you wanted to go find one, you would be digging up termite mounds, ripping stumps apart, things like that, to find these animals. And the reason is they like to be hidden. So that's what this does for these animals. They're nocturnal, so the only time they would actually come out of their termite mound or big stump or wherever they had themselves barricaded in, the only time they're going to actually come out of that is at night to hunt. And if they have a full stomach, they're not even going to come out at that point. They're just going to stay in there, let that food digest. Then whenever it's time to hunt again, they're going to ease back out and do the process again. So this actually replicates the way they will be living in the wild more than anything else money can buy. And if you have an aquarium, it's okay, you know, as long as you have hides like you're supposed to, you know, hide on the hot side, hide on the cold side. That way the ball python can stay hidden, which if you have one in an aquarium, you probably noticed that he stays hidden a lot. The only time you're really going to see that snake out is if you come through in the middle of the night, you'll see it out exploring its cage. And that's just how they are. It's how they have survived this many years. It's how they keep surviving, especially in the wild. If one of these snakes would come out in the open during the day, they're just going to get snatched up by a bird. You know, some kind of a predator is going to get them. Probably, you know, even another snake. I imagine Africa has another snake there, like a king snake that would eat a ball python, because they're not a very large snake. You know, they stay pretty small. So this is where they feel most comfortable for sure. So I'll go ahead and show you inside of one of these, and I'll show you how I keep these girls and my one guy set up. So this is my ultra male girl, and she is the biggest ball python I have at the moment. And you can see their setup is super simple. Just newspaper. They've got their water, and really, guys, that's all they need. And a lot of people, you know, I catch a lot of crap on here about not having hides in here, and you know, all kinds of things for the snakes to climb on and things like that. But ball pythons are not an arboreal species. They're not going to be climbing, and I'm sure ball pythons do climb, you know, I'm sure it happens, but they're not going to be doing it. It's just kind of not what they do. It's not their cup of tea, I guess you could say. So they're just going to be on the ground, and this is really all they need, guys. And if you have an aquarium, you can do this in an aquarium. The only thing is you would probably want to put a piece of plexiglass over top of your screen and probably drill some holes in the plexiglass. Just keep drilling holes pretty much until you get the humidity right. But with these, see, they are completely sealed. Like there's the top of the cage. So you can see it's just got the holes drilled in the front there, and that keeps the humidity up for these girls, even with the newspaper. And all I do is, if they're going into shed, I'll just make sure that I start spraying them with water 2 to 3 times a day, and then every time they shed, they do really, really well with it. You just have to make sure you're keeping tabs on it and making sure you're spraying them good to keep the humidity up. But also, an awesome thing that happens whenever you have them on paper is the cleanliness will skyrocket. Okay, these tubs, and all I do is check on them 2 to 3 times a day, and anytime they pee, if they poop, I just go ahead, I completely tear it down. And that's the good thing about paper, is it's super easy to tear it down. All you do is just take the snake out, roll all the paper up, and usually you can just roll the paper up with all the nastiness inside of it, throw it away. I hose it down with the F10 SC and let that sit for about 5 minutes, let it sanitize everything, and then just wipe it out with a cloth and put the paper back in. And they actually use this paper a lot. They can get right under here, which is awesome for them. And she's getting a little fired up on me. But yeah, so they just crawl under their paper. They can hide. It serves as a hide really, really well, actually. And I know I do a lot of feeding videos, so you guys don't really get to see them hiding very often, because whenever there's rat smell in the room, they're usually not under their paper. They're usually front and center, ready to eat. But they use that paper a lot to hide under. But so it works really well. And then they can actually hide. They can hide on the hot side. They can hide in the middle. They can hide on the cool side. They can hide wherever they want with this paper. It really lets them use their entire enclosure as a hide box, which is really, really great. And the bigger girls, you know, the ultra male, I usually don't see her hiding much anymore. I think she's just figured out that the threat risk is really, really low in my reptile room, so she doesn't do much hiding anymore. But my clown, my albino, the younger snakes, they're constantly under their paper. But so it just really, really works well for them as far as that goes. But I guess I'll actually try and show you guys one that's hiding. I'll go through them and see if I can find one that's hidden away. But I'll put this girl up. All right, we'll see if the desert ghost is hiding. Negative. Definitely not hiding. She acts like she's hungry. Possibly have to feed her soon. Get back. Yeah, she's intense. Can't really get her to go back down. Afraid she's gonna tag me. Yep, she's trying. And a ball python bite's not bad. I've been hit a couple times by them, but it's definitely not something you just want to do for fun. It's definitely not too much fun. So this is one of the smaller ones. She's probably, nope, she's not hiding. She is looking beautiful though, as usual. Okay, moving on. We'll check the Exanthic. See if she's hiding. Nope. And she's kind of intense as well right now. Get back. I don't know why I do the little cat thing to him, trying to get him to go back. Get back. Okay. All right, well, maybe our little clown's hiding. We'll check on him. Okay, so nobody's hiding. Well, you can see right here. he was hiding. His tail's in there a little bit, but wish I could have caught one hiding for you guys. Usually the smaller ones are always hiding, but I guess since it's nighttime right now, they're kind of out on the prowl a bit. But so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you keep your snakes like this, you know, let me know. If you're completely against this, let me know. But don't just let me know that you're against it. Let me know why you're against it, you know, your thoughts on it. And if you have different methods, let me know. But as far as the paper I'm actually using, it's called a Pet Gazette. It's our like local pet paper. It kind of worked out that it was a pet paper, but it's 4 sheets in there, 4 sheets, and this will actually do 2 enclosures. So it works out pretty good. I just go once a week and grab a little stack of them. They're free to take, so I'll grab some. Then I've got, you know, different places that I actually get them from, so I don't just go to one place and take a whole, you know, stack of Pet Gazettes. I kind of do my rounds and collecting paper, but eventually I'm going to have to actually start getting just paper just for them. I know I'm going to have to start ordering it here pretty soon, but for now, with only 5 snakes, it's not like I'm destroying the Pet Gazette. You know, they're okay, I do believe, because I might go through 5 Pet Gazettes in a week or 2, so it's not too bad. But like I said, guys, let me know what you think. Let me know how you set your snakes up. If you enjoyed it, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you'll get notified when I put out new videos. Thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time.